Welcome to our fourth accessible and adaptive yoga class being offered for anyone during this time. We will be using a couple of props today. One of them will be a strap. This is a yoga strap, but you can use the tie to a robe or a belt, a long scarf, and whatever you need, something that will kind of reach down into your foot and that you can hang on to. Okay, so have that handy. And the others would be a couple of blocks, which you can also use a roll of paper towels. That's a nice height, actually, or a couple rolls of toilet paper. So those can be used for blocks as well. And yeah, that should be all that we need. So if you need to pause the video and go get those things and come back and join us as we begin our practice, go right ahead. If you're good to go, here we go. All right. So let's just begin with a little centering. So just close the eyes. Sitting up straight and tall, either on your mat or on a chair. Feel those sit bones rooting down into the earth, your feet. Bring your spine nice, long, tall. Relax the shoulders down and back. Chin parallel to the earth. And just relax your hands on your lap or at your sides and open to the front as if you're in a seated mountain, whatever feels most comfortable to you. And just notice your breath, just breathing naturally. Do a bit of a body scan, just noting any parts of the body that might be feeling extra tight today or achy. Let's just take a big inhale in and imagine sending that healing breath right there. And then on the exhale, releasing that. Let's do one more. Just take this time to disconnect from the outside world. Placing in our heart something or someone for which we are feeling especially grateful today. Our mantra this week is, I love the idea of deflecting negative energy and experiencing complete protection and safety. So I invite you to open your eyes as I show you a mudra. It's Swasti mudra, and it's the gesture of well-being for protection from negative energy. So you just bring your hands to heart center, and then you cross the right hand over the chest and then the left hand. So the hands are upward and like they're pressing outward while the arms are crossed. Last week we did a similar one, but we had our fists here. This week the hands are pressing outward, deflecting that negative energy. And it's Swasti mudra. So I invite you to hold that. You can close your eyes again if you would like as you hold this mudra, and I will share with you a little bit more about the intention of this gesture. Swasti means well-being, prosperity, success, and blessing. Svasti Mudra cultivates an aura of protective energy within all dimensions of our being, especially from any negativity projected by others. This gesture is also helpful for neutralizing energy from negative environments. The crossed arms and upraised hands deflect negative projections, both from those who intend harm and from those who believe they are acting in our best interests, but lack the understanding to perceive our true needs. As we deflect these negative energies, we rest in our own center more easily, attuning to the wisdom of our inner being to guide our journey. Svasti Mudra is especially helpful for relaxing the upper back and creating space between the shoulder blades, optimal alignment of the spine, supporting the health of the endocrine and immune systems, cultivating healthy boundaries, and centering us in the present moment. So it's a beautiful gesture for you to turn to when you're wanting some or needing some protection from negative energy. So let's just practice as we hold Svasti Mudra. Let's practice some even breathing. So where our inhales and exhales are the same. So we'll breathe in and out. Breathing in and out. Some people find it helpful to count. For example, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and continue practicing even breathing a couple more times. You can have a beautiful balancing effect. Now, if your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them up. With a soft gaze, release the mudra, and we'll inhale, bring hands to sky. Exhale toward the earth. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time. All right, let's begin. So, love the idea of deflecting negative energy and experiencing complete protection and safety. So keep that in mind today. So let's begin with our warm-ups and just starting with our fingers and toes and bringing them in to curl and then releasing them to splay. Nice and slow, almost like you're doing it in slow motion. One more time with the breath. Inhale, curl. Exhale, splay. Nice job. And we'll outstretch the legs and just do some nice wrist circles. And we can just do the wrists, right? Wrist and ankle circles at the same time. I have no idea if they're both going the same way. But I do know that at some point I'm going to pause in reverse direction. The idea is that we are warming up the joint. All right, we'll relax those. I'm going to bring my ankles back under my feet, or maybe even a little more for this next practice. So we'll come up on our toes, raising those heels, coming up slowly on our toes, and lowering. And lift the front of the foot. And lower. So let's inhale as we lift the heel, slowly hold for a bit, feeling the stretch across the top of the foot and ankle. And then lower as we exhale and lift the front of the foot. breathing in and lifting. Exhale, lowering the heel and lifting the front of the foot. And we'll come to warming up our knee joint. And as long as we have a strap today, I can show you a little something that can be nice when we're warming up the knee joint. I like it because it really helps to support me maintaining a tall, long spine. So I have my elbows in at the sides and my strap underneath my thigh, and I'm just gonna draw in that waistband and just lift my leg up and bend and straighten the knee. So this way I'm using the strength of my arm and my core instead of my back to lift that foot off the floor. Of course you can slide the foot forward and back on the floor too, as I've shown you in the other classes. You can even, if you'd like, grab that strap, and if you want to do a little gentle hip circle here. With the strap, it just gives us a lot more control, and we're less likely to rely on our back for things our legs and our core should be doing. All right, let's go ahead and lower that foot down. It's easy to do. The strap is a great tool to help us put the effort where it needs to be instead of where it might cause us discomfort. So I'll bring my elbows into the sides. I'm just going to lift up a little bit and go ahead and bend and extend my knees slowly. And then we'll go ahead and bring that foot down. We'll take both parts of the strap, drawing in that waistband and doing some hip circles. Taking a few in one direction, and then pausing and going the other direction. And then lower the foot to the ground. My nose itches. I know I touched my face, but I did wash my hands, so it's okay. Thank you. All right, so let's do some spine circles, nice and easy. Just kind of moving that spine around, moving the shoulders, kind of twisting it, turning it as we go around. And then coming back and going the other direction. Just taking it to where it feels good. Come back up to a seated position. And we'll just warm up with some cat-cows. So we'll bring the heels of our hands into our hip creases. And as we inhale, we come to cow by lifting our heart. So we're not moving the neck, just imagining that string pulling our heart outward and upward. The neck may follow, but it's not moving backwards. And then on an exhale, we'll go ahead and take our hands down toward our knees. And you can just lean back to start. And then inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Sometimes leaning back is better for the spine, depending on what is going on with your body. If it's safe, you can go ahead certainly and round the back. We're just going to move through a few more of these on your own, at your pace, with your breath. And if it feels good to pause in cat for a while and just stay there and breathe, you certainly can. And the same is true for cow. Just do a couple more on your own. And then we'll move on. All right, let's go ahead and bring our shoulders all the way up. And then release down. Scrunch them up to those ears. Tight, squeeze, and then lower. release them down. And then just do some nice little shoulder rolls to the back and to the front. And then resting your hands on your lap, take one ear toward the shoulder. Take a look down toward the shoulder. Draw a smile across your collarbone. Come to the other side. Now looking down at the opposite shoulder. Take your gaze forward and bring your head up to center. Now we'll repeat that, but begin on the opposite side. So now we'll start with the opposite ear. Take a look down toward that shoulder, always pausing to notice what we're feeling. Draw a smile across your collarbone. Bring your gaze forward and your head up to center. Nice job. Let's just do a little jaw work. Just open that jaw as far as you can and slowly close. Let's do that slowly a couple more times. Some of us tend to hold a lot of tension in our jaws too. And release. Am I purposely going to those places of tension and squeezing them and really holding them? It helps us, it helps that part of our body to remember what it feels like to relax. So we have to take it beyond where it's at to help it remember what it feels like to relax. All right, so let's just bring our hands to heart center. And as we shift our hands one side, let's look to the opposite side. Coming back to center, and we'll go to the other side. Let's slowly do that one more time on each side. And back to center. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our asana practice. We are going to begin with Tadasana, which is mountain. Whether you're standing or seated, your feet are pressing firmly into the earth, your legs are engaged. Feel your legs. Okay. Spine is long and tall, arms at sides, palms facing outward, chin parallel to the earth. Gaze forward, shoulders relaxed and down. Standing in your mountain. Such an intention of stability and also peacefulness here. This is a posture you can always come to anytime during our practice or during your day. To just come here for a moment and breathe. You can have your eyes open or closed. And just check in with yourself, your body, and enjoy that feeling of stability and peace. If your eyes are closed, I'd invite you to open them. Okay. And we are going to begin with Virabhadrasana 1 or Warrior 1. So this is a posture of courage and having an open heart. We haven't done it for a while, so I thought it would be a nice one for us to practice today. So what we'll be doing is we will go in and out of the pose by straightening our front knee, okay? And then we'll do some asymmetrical work with it. So first of all, we need to build our foundation. So for Warrior 1 in the chair, I would suggest actually turning and facing the side and making sure that you're seated and you feel stable and that your foot is reaching the floor. So when I was back here, my foot doesn't reach the floor. So I had to scoot up till I could find my foot pressing firmly into the ground. And then in the chair, this leg can come back like this, It can be nice to put a block under it. You can kind of relax it a little bit more. That's an option. Or you can just have it extended out. Okay. Or you can have it extended back. This can feel a little awkward for some people. So the idea, you can just have your knee here, or even just have it out to the side, and we'll go for our warrior one. Standing, of course, front knee is bent. Take a wide stance, like each foot is on a different railroad track. Give yourself some space in there so there's plenty of room for you to move that pelvis and those hips so that you're facing forward. Like I said, as part of our practice, we'll be moving in and out of the pose. So let's get started. So let's begin by stepping the left foot forward and the right leg back. And I'm just going to go ahead and find a good place for my knee to rest on this block. And that works for me. You find what works for you. Okay? Actually, it's kind of, it can feel better in a different place each day. So here we are. We're pressing our feet into the earth, building our foundation, and bring our arms upward. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. We'll inhale, and as we exhale, we'll bring our hands to heart and just straighten that front leg a little. Now, if you're sitting, you just can step it forward a bit. And we inhale to Warrior 1 with the bent knee. And exhale, straighten that front leg. Inhale, do one more like this. And exhale. This time, we're just going to rest our arm along our side by the front leg, and the opposite arm will move. So we'll inhale. So our left front leg is bent, our right arm is raised. And then exhale. We can bring that to our heart. Inhale, front knee bent, pressing into the earth. And exhale, just straighten that knee a moment to relax. One more, breathing in. And out. All right, now we'll relax our hands down, and we'll just gently bring this back leg up and help it along a little. And we'll come to center for a moment. Just take a moment here in our mountain to have a breath. And then we'll move to the other side. So this time our front leg is our right leg, and we'll step back with our left leg. This time, just to give you an idea, if you're standing, you're stepping back. If you're seated, I'll show you this option this time in case that felt uncomfortable on your knee. So we're pressing into the earth with that front foot and the back foot if you're standing. And then exhale, hands to heart, front leg straighten. Breathing in and out. And in and out. Now this time we'll just relax the arm of the front leg, and we'll just use our opposite arm. So pressing in with our front foot, we'll raise the opposite arm. And then exhale. Breathing in. And relax and straighten the front leg. One more time. And now we'll just go ahead and bring that back leg forward and bring both feet together, and let's revisit Mountain Tadasana. Just take a moment to notice what you're feeling in your body and where. If it helps to close your eyes when you do that, go right ahead. All right, for next, we are moving into Navasana, or boat pose. And this posture can be challenging for some people. We'll have lots of options for you. But it's a very centering posture because you're definitely focused on what you're doing. And it's a nice way of, it's a feeling of navigating life's stormy seas. We haven't done this one for a while, so we're gonna give it a try. So you'll want your strap and you'll want your blocks. So here we go, options. So in the chair, you might stack your blocks out in front of you, extend your legs so your heels can rest up there, and then you will lean back with your arms outstretched forward. Maybe flex those feet. So leaning back with the upper body, not resting on the chair, but leaning back, engaging the core here to hold you in that position, and your feet are resting on the block. So you could be here, or you could simply have one foot on the floor and raise just one foot. So I could just leave this foot on the floor and then just raise the opposite. And then about halfway through, I could lower that leg and lift the other one. So I'm still leaning back, keeping a nice long spine, engaging my core. So there you go. That option is available for you as well. Or you can use a strap. Just put a strap around the feet, like this. Okay. And as you lean back, and raise your feet, and you can hold your feet, help support your feet with the strap, but have your arms outstretched. So that's a different way. If you want to practice it on the ground, on your mat, it's really the same thing. You could have both feet on the floor. You could lift one at a time. Or if you're near a wall, you could put your feet up on a wall. Or you can use the strap. It's challenging to me. So you can see what works for you. So it takes a lot of abdominal strength, but we work up to it. We don't have to, do it a certain way. You can see why getting up off the floor. Gotta keep doing it though. So those are your options for both. I think for me today, I'm going to practice it in the chair and just do one foot at a time. So we're going to go ahead and we'll get whatever we need, whether we want to use the blocks or we want to use the strap or we just want to use what we have. So we'll extend the legs. I'm going to lean back with my arms straight out and I'm just going to lift one foot. I'm really engaging in there. Have a focal point. This takes strength. All right, let's relax. We'll go to the other side. If you're doing both feet, you can continue to hold it. You can take a rest break. So, okay. And we breathe while we're here. Let's scoot forward. Oh, there we go. We breathe here. We're not holding our breath. But I really feel the work in my core and in my leg. And we relax down. So, Navasana, boat pose. So think about that. It's centering all right because you're very focused on doing all the things that you need to do to take care of your body. And staying, good to stay centered as we navigate life's stormy seas. So there you go. All right, let's go ahead and come into Tadasana, either standing or seated. And we'll inhale, arms out. And then we'll just do a nice gentle twist to one side. We're not trying to look behind us, just out to the side. And just breathe here a moment. And we'll come out here. Inhale, and then exhale. And then inhale, come back to center, and exhale, arms at sides. So Gomukhasana, or cow's face, is really a beautiful posture. Its intent is unity, harmony, and just integrates the whole person. And if you have a strap, that would be very helpful here. So we'll start out by either crossing the right ankle over the left ankle or the right knee over the left knee. And then we will take our left hand and reach up with our strap. I'm going to turn around to show you what this looks like on the back for a moment. And then, so I have my strap here, and then this arm is going to come here. So what I do is I'm just working my hands toward each other, keeping this left elbow raised, bringing this right one in, and just see where I end up. I'm going to go ahead and cross this back over. So what I want to maintain is a nice tall spine. So it's not like I'm trying to, crunch up and make my hands meet. It doesn't matter if your hands meet. It's a journey, but we're just going that direction. But this can feel really good in the shoulders, or it might not if you have a shoulder issue. So for example, if my right shoulder is bothering me to reach around like this, I'll just relax it down, and I'm not going to force anything, and I'll just focus on the other. Then we'll go ahead and release the hands, release the legs, and we'll go to the other side. So again, I could just cross the left ankle over the left leg, and that would be fine. You can go here. If you're sitting, you would cross your legs over. If you're sitting on the mat, then you would sit the same way, but on the mat. All right, so my left leg is on top. So this time, I'm going to take my arm out and up with the strap, and my opposite arm is going to come around and reach that. And I might just hold it here for a moment. That might be enough. Maybe I don't need to work my hands toward each other today. There's no need to force anything. If I feel a little pinch, I'm going to just come back down a little bit, because we're not about pinching or hurting or harming. I'm just going to breathe here. Really frowning like it's hard work. It takes concentration. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and release that bottom hand and then the top hand, and then cross your legs. Woo. And then let's just take a moment to kind of shake that out a little, shake our legs out a little, and take a nice wide-legged forward fold. So you could have blocks handy if you would like, certainly. So take the feet nice and wide. We're just going to start by hinging from the hips, coming forward about halfway. Rest our elbows on our thighs. Then we might reach down for our block. And then just relax the head and neck. If you need to go to a lower block, you can, or you can stay right there. You can stay with your forearms up on your legs too. When we're ready, we'll just press up with our hands. Bring one hand to each knee, and like a push-up, hinge ourselves back up to standing. Yeah, seated. All right, nice job. So going to move into bridge. Whew. And bridge pose, maybe you've seen it. Like if you're on your mat, you have your hands like the knife edge. You bring your feet in as close to your bum as you can. Bring your shoulder blades down to the floor, and then you're pressing up. This is a traditional bridge. You can even put a block under here if you want to. And it can be more supported. I'm going to lower down slowly. And then it's really important when you get up not to just pop up. Roll to one side and press yourself up for a gentler, kinder way to come up. And I like to sometimes come up through downward facing dog. Bend my knees. Yeah, so there you go. Now, what if you're like, I'm not getting on the floor? So we can practice that in the chair. So you still want to sit towards the edge of your chair. Your feet really rooting down into the earth. Your arms, you're going to just relax your shoulders down and back, but take the heels of your hands and press on your chair. And press into your feet and your hands. And this could be it. Because you might think, there's no way the rest of me is coming up off the chair. And you're right here, and you'll notice it's work. If you want to see what it's like to maybe lift up a little bit, you can. And if you find, ooh, that's too much, then you'll just stay right here. You could potentially come up, back down. But again, there are options. The floor, yeah, and the chairs. Pressing the feet and hands into the earth and just even see in your mind's eye your body raising up into a bridge. Just see yourself doing it in your mind's eye. Then we'll relax. Bring the body back down to the earth. And whew, let's just shake it out a little bit again. All right. So we'll do a little head to toe. Utthita Padangusthasana. And you have some options here. I would suggest go ahead and grab your strap. If you have one, and lay it across your lap. If you don't have a strap, I've got options for you. I'm going to go ahead and get my block set up. Kind of on each side, so I have a little something to put my foot on if I want to. All right, so one option, okay, is you can simply just raise one leg and keep the knee bent, like stork. Okay, you're going to feel that for sure. All right. Another option is to put the strap under your foot. Heel. Strap under your foot, okay? And you can reach your hand there, and you can hold it up like this. And if you get tired of holding that up, and your body's done doing that, you can just rest it on the block. So you could start here, and when that doesn't work for you anymore, you can lower it down. You can do that. And then of course, there's standing. So if we're standing, it could be by a wall, piece of furniture or a chair. And you can go ahead and support yourself and your balance. And decide maybe you want to reach down a little farther. Make sure it's a sturdy chair. You can do this. It is really nice to rest against a wall to do this as well. So find the one that works the best for you. I'll be practicing in the chair today. You can stand, do whatever you would like. Okay. So we go ahead and extend that leg, reach that hand out. This is, here's the thing. You see people do this, but look how I'm all hunched over. That's not going to be so great for my body. So the strap is beautiful. It gives my arm the length it needs. I can maintain a nice, long, tall spine. And then when I'm ready, I'll just bend the knee and release that foot to the ground, and we'll go on to the other side. Remember to press the supporting leg into the earth. Nice long spine. Just bring this up wherever it works for you. If it's not feeling as good, I can rest my heel on the block. I'm still engaging the muscles of this leg. I'm still stretching out here. This involves a little more strength and core. If I'm not feeling that, that's why the block is there. So it's great to have options. Go ahead and release that. Release your strap. So we did a lot of different things today, and which is good. It's good to do some things that are familiar. It's good to learn new things. And some days it's just good to explore things maybe you've never done or you haven't done for a while. Just to see, oh, okay, that exists. Do I want to revisit that? Or not? And that's how we learn. And yoga is all about exploring and finding the posture and the variation that works right for your body on any given day, and it can change. So let's end with one more wide-legged forward fold. Again, nice wide legs, hinging from the hips. And you can just be right here and keep your elbows and then relax your head and neck. You can walk your hands down to block. Just letting that head, neck, and shoulders relax. Or you might take your hands to the floor. And breathe. And when you're ready, we'll just come back the stair-step way. Gently coming back one step at a time, back up to seated position. So heel toe your feet in and come to mountain. You can even get in position for your Shavasana. I will leave you to practice Shavasana on your own and empower you to decide how long you would like to be in Shavasana today. So definitely 5 minutes for sure, but as longer than that you would enjoy, the better. It gives your body that time, that resting pose to integrate the work we've done. We did a lot of different things with a variety of intentions. So it just gives it time to kind of soak in so you can feel the benefits. And just to remind you of our mantra this week, I love the idea of deflecting negative energy and experiencing complete protection and safety. So we can revisit our Svasti Mudra by bringing our arm across, right arm across the chest first, then the left arm. And just be here for a moment before we move to Shavasana. May all beings be happy. May all beings be at peace. May all beings be free. Thank you for joining me today.